Hello and thank you for joining me on Delicious by Debbie. Yesterday I cooked some sausage because my husband said he wants some sausage gravy and biscuits. And what I do is make a pretty good batch of it, and then he freezes it in little Rubbermaid containers that I have. And so I asked him, do you want homemade biscuits? Do you want a tube of biscuits? Because he's done both. And he said, well, the homemade biscuits are pretty good. So I took it from that. He wanted homemade biscuits. So I'm gonna make a different biscuit recipe that I've already put on my page. This one actually is my mother-in-law's recipe that she gave me when we got married. And the first time he asked me for biscuits, I don't remember my mom ever making biscuits, so she made homemade bread all the time, but I never remembered her making biscuits, so I didn't have a recipe. And so I asked her for it. And when I asked her for it, she said, well, it's just in my head. I don't know, I haven't written it down. So she said, next time I make it, I'll try to write it down. And so I'm gonna go ahead and make her recipe that she gave me. And first of all, I need 2 cups of flour, and I just use an all-purpose flour. So I need 2 cups. And I need 4 teaspoons of baking powder. 4 teaspoons. Okay. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. 4 tablespoons of sugar. I'm not sure if she added the sugar to hers because I have tweaked it a bit and my husband likes it, but I don't remember if her original recipe had the sugar. I'm sure some relative watching this will tell us, but I put the 4 tablespoons of sugar and 3 tablespoons of shortening, and I'm using the Crisco, butter flavored Crisco, and I need 3 of those. If you hear something snapping in the background, I canned chicken today and just took it out of the pressure canner and they're sealing. Wonderful sound to hear. Knowing that after all my work, the jars are sealing, because I had trouble a few years ago. So 3 tablespoons of shortening. And I'm going to use the pastry blender and mix that together like I would a pie crust. Okay. And her recipe called for just regular milk. I am using buttermilk, and you're just supposed to add enough. When she gave me the recipe, she wrote down shortening the size of a large egg. I played with that and estimated that to be the 3 tablespoons of shortening that we just used. Milk, she said, add enough milk that it's thicker than cake batter, but not too thick to roll out or something like that. So I never usually measure the buttermilk that I put in, but I'm going to today. And so I can tell you how many tablespoons of buttermilk. I just want it so I can roll it out. Let's start with 3 tablespoons. Let's see how that does. need more than that. I'll figure out later what that would be in cups. That may be more like a 1/4 or a 1/3 of a cup. Okay, that's perfect. All right, I'm gonna put some flour on my mat here. By the way, I did put a link for this dough mat from Amazon on my Facebook page some time back, but I'll tell you what, it is sure well worth the money. I have the oven set to 400. Okay. It's about a 1/2 inch thick. And I've got my biscuit cutter. For 10 to 15 minutes. So the biscuits are done. They look really good. So I'll let these cool completely, and then I will put them away in a Ziploc bag or a container so he can get them out as he wants them for his sausage gravy. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll try it someday.